Hi YouTube, Timothy Unger here. In this video, I'm going to go through the warm-up I did in my Algebra 1 class today. First one, we're solving a linear equation, and then the next two, we're going to solve a quadratic equation for x. Okay, so this first problem I have, we have solve for x, 4/9 x minus 2/18 equals 3/6. Now, an interesting thing about this is I notice I can get all the denominators to be 18. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick with that. So to do that, I'm going to multiply this fraction by 2 over 2, and I'm going to multiply this fraction by 3 over 3, okay? And multiplying by 2 over 2 or 3 over 3 is like multiplying by 1. You're not changing the value, you're just changing the denominator and the numerator, okay? So if I want to rewrite this equation, it now becomes 8/18 x minus 2/18 equals 9/18. Okay, so one thing, if I multiply the left-hand side by 18 and the right-hand side by 18, those denominators of 18 would go away. So what I'm going to do is just cross them off because I'm going to do that. So my new equation becomes 8x minus 2 equals 9. From here, I can add 2 to both sides of the equation. So I'll add 2. And I'll get 8x equals 11. I then want to get rid of the multiplication of 8 by x, so I'm going to do the inverse operation of division. So I'll divide both sides by 8. On the left-hand side, the 8's will cancel. And I'm left with x equals 11/8. So my solution is x equals 11/8 for this particular problem. All right, in this next problem, we're solving for x again, but this time we have a quadratic. We have x squared minus 11x plus 30 equals 0. So for these types of problems, we have to get one side equal to 0. I notice that x squared minus 11x plus 30 is factorable. So my first step is to list the factors of 30, both positive and negative. So those are 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, and 5 and 6. Those are the positive factors. We could also multiply negatives times negatives. So -1 times -30, -2 times -15, -3 times -10, and -5 times -6. Now I want my pair of factors to add to -11. So I want them to add to -11, the value in front of x, the coefficient here. So I'm going to select -5 and -6, and I'm going to write the left-hand side in factored form as x minus 5 times x minus 6, and that's going to equal 0. Now, if x minus 5 equals 0, 0 times whatever x minus 6 would equal 0. Likewise, if x minus 6 equals 0, whatever x minus 5 is times 0 would also equal 0. So our two solutions are going to arise when we set x minus 5 equal to 0. I'm going to move over here to do that. And to solve for this one, I'm going to add 5 to both sides to undo the subtraction of 5 from x. And I'm going to get x equals 5. And again, we have two solutions. I'm going to set x minus 6 equal to 0. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. And I'm going to get x equals 6 as my other solution. So that's that problem. All right, in our third and final problem here, we're solving for x again. And we have a quadratic, but this one we have to rearrange a bit. We have the quadratic x squared equals 9x minus 20. So we have to move the 9x minus 20 to the other side. And to do that, because we want one side equal to 0, I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides. And I'm also going to add 20 to both sides to undo the positive 9x here and then the minus 20 here. So I'm going to do minus 9x plus 20. And these are on, I'm doing this on other sides of the equation. So if we want to think like a line down the center of the equation like that. All right, so when I do that, this side, 9x minus 9x is 0. Negative 20 plus 20 is 0. So this side is going to equal 0. On this side, x squared, negative 9x, and positive 20 are not like terms, so we can't combine them. So I'm just going to write them as x squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0. Now this quadratic is factorable, so I'm going to list the factors of 20, which are 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. And we also want to list the negative factors because we actually have to add to negative 9. So negative 1 and negative 20, negative 2 and negative 10, and negative 4 and negative 5. And I'm actually going to select negative 4 and negative 5 because those add to negative 9. So I'm going to write this in factored form as x minus 4 times x minus 5, and that's going to equal 0. And if x minus 4 is equal to 0, 0 times whatever x minus 5 is will be 0. Likewise, if x minus 5 equals 0, whatever x minus 4 is times 0 will also equal 0. So I have to set both of these equal to 0. So I have x minus 4 equals 0. We're going to add 4 to both sides. And we're going to get x equals 4. And we have x minus 5 equals 0. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. And we'll get x equals 5. So our two solutions are x equals 4 and x equals 5. If this video is helpful to you, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.